The plot for this film originated from a short story written by writer John Hughes called Christmas '59, which was published in the December 1980 issue of National Lampoon magazine. The studio came to me and begged for another one, and I only agreed because I had a good story to base on it, said Hughes. But those movies have become little more than Chevy Chase vehicles. Director Chris Columbus initially was set to direct the film, but due to a personality clash between himself and Chevy Chase, Columbus left the film and was replaced by Jeremiah S. Chechik in his 1989 film, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Hey, if any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people, and I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Let them fight.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. I'll be back.
Death has come to your little town, June.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Chills and Thrills. Connor here along with Adrian, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to everyone listening. And I know we've done these bonus episodes, and I was a little more excited last Christmas because we did my probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time with Dr. Seuss's the Grinch. And today we're looking at a movie that I haven't been too familiar with, with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I didn't really watch this one growing up, and I started to get into the vacation movies a little bit later on, probably like my early to mid 20s. I started watching the Christmas Vacation and the Vegas Vacation, the Family Vacation. So this one is probably my favorite out of the ones, just because there's a couple standout things about it that I like that we'll end up getting into later. But I definitely didn't get into this one until later on in life. So I was never too high on it. As I've watched it a little more often, I've gained a little more respect and love for it. But Adrian, I feel like this is something that I feel like you and I have talked about this one before, that you watched this one at a younger age than at least I did.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And yes, I did. I watched this probably whenever I was like I don't know, 13, 14 years old. And I just remember laughing like crazy with this movie. It's one of those the National Lampoon movies, uh that style I was just completely in love with whenever I was a kid. This kind of movie and Naked Gun. I loved those movies so much. And I remember just almost cry laughing at all of those.
Okay, see, and I wish I would have watched this at a younger age, because like as a kid, I feel like you might laugh at some of even if you don't understand some of the jokes and things in this, you're probably gonna laugh at it. There's certain scenes in this that I busted a gut laughing at. And then there's other things, like scenes, like as an adult, it's like, okay, that's dumb humor. Like I can get a chuckle out of it still. But like I do like a lot of these vacation films, and, like, once I started to watch them, I probably seen them, like, way out of order. I think I seen the Vegas Vacation first, and I think I seen the original Family Vacation, and then this Christmas one, and what there's, like, 4 there's a European Vacation, there's, like, 4 or 5 of these, isn't there? You might know better than I do.
Yeah, I think so. I don't European Christmas. Yeah. I don't know how many there are. but I just know that I have watched pretty all of them, and I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them at a very young age.
I know they did, another one a little bit later on that was just with, like, Cousin Eddie, and, I'd never watched that one because I heard that one was absolutely terrible, and then they did a newer version of it, not really a reboot, but, like, kinda like a requel, as they say, with, they say,
Uh,
Clark's son. It was just called Vacation or Family Vacation. I can't remember
yeah.
exactly what year that came out. It was recently, but I never watched that one either. I stuck to these core 4 with, like, Clark Griswold and his wife, and I kinda stuck more to those. I didn't watch any spin-offs of what these were.
I remember watching that one, not in theaters, but, probably about a month after it came out on DVD, and it did bring me back to some of the old bits, and I had, a little bit of nostalgia there, but it was okay.
So that one's probably, if I have a free night, give it a watch and see kinda where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a movie that you'll have like, you'll get a couple chuckles out of it, and you'll laugh, and it's not one that I regretted watching, you know?
Well, when it I I posted our poll for our Christmas our bonus Christmas episode where that everybody can vote on, and if I wanna do spoiler here, I was rooting for Jingle All the Way to win because of course, because of the big Schwarzenegger fan I am, and then I seen this one pulling away, and I was like, "I knew it. I knew this one was gonna win. I shouldn't have put it on there because I've so many people have love for this film." So I was just like, as soon as I put it on there, I seen, like, Jingle All the Way kinda taking off, and I was like, "Alright, here we go," and then National Lampoon just completely destroyed it and got, like, 40% of the votes compared to Jingle All the Way got, like, 18 or something like that, and I was like, "Well, there goes my early Christmas present."
I'm looking, at your list, yeah, National Lampoon's at 40%, Jingle All the Way, 2nd place at 16, and then you have A Christmas Story at 12, and then under that, it's, Ernest Saves Christmas. Oh, that's a good one. Uh, Elf, Polar Express are tied, and Edward Scissorhands.
And I know a lot of people would say that Edward Scissorhands isn't a Christmas film, but I like it, so
I like it too. It's the same way as, like, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, you know?
alright, well, let me go ahead and give you some background on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and then we'll dive into the good stuff. We'll hit numbers first, and since you're a character who likes, our favorites category, we'll dive into that first because I got some good ones for that.
Let's do it.
So National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is a 1989 American Christmas slapstick comedy film and the third installment in National Lampoon magazine's Vacation film series. Christmas Vacation was directed by Jeremiah S. Chechik, written and co-produced by John Hughes and starring Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, and Randy Quaid, and it also featured Mae Questel's final film role before her death in 1998. Based on Hughes' short story Christmas from '59, published in National Lampoon, the film tells the story of Clark Griswold's efforts to have a good old fashioned family Christmas as they take a hilarious turn for the worse. It is the final film in the series to involve Hughes and National Lampoon. Filming took place in Summit County, Colorado, Silverthorne, Breckenridge, and Frisco, as well as Burbank, California, between March and June of 1989. The film was produced by Hughes Entertainment and released by Warner Bros. On December 1st, 1989, and it performed well at the box office, initially receiving generally mixed reviews from critics, but the film's critical reception improved over time and is now viewed as a Christmas classic. So there's a little background on it. And that's how I know this film is. A lot of people say, like, this is a Christmas staple. Like, you have to this is one of the films that you have to watch around Christmas time, and I never got that message until later on in life. So I feel like if I would have watched this at a younger age, I definitely would have kept the trend going like I did with like the Grinch or the Santa Claus or Elf nowadays. Like there's definitely I have like my certain like 3 to 5 films that I have to watch every holiday season.
Yep, and that's the same thing over here at this house. The Grinch, Jim Carrey's version, uh, Elf, and, the Peanuts special.
Really?
Those are the top 3 that always play, and Rudolph. I can't forget Rudolph. We watched that so many damn times. Still a great movie, all of them. They're great watches, and they play on repeat in this house around this time.
I will say that my definite 2 go-tos are I usually watch the Santa Claus with Tim Allen the night before Christmas, and then every Christmas morning while we're opening presents, I have the Grinch on in the background. So that's my little holiday tradition there.
Usually on Christmas, I have A Nightmare Before Christmas playing.
Okay. Oh, my little girl has gotten into that quite a bit just for the music in it, not so much the movie itself.
I absolutely love that movie, and, from October all the way till the 1st of January, that movie is pretty much on repeat in this household.
Well, I'm gonna tell you another secret that's gonna make you leave the podcast early, and I've never seen that movie all the way through.
Ah, man, you're killing me.
I
Uh,
know I I keep trying to send you off, you know.
you really do. You don't want this relationship to blossom.
No, no, we can do a couple good episodes here and there, and we're taking 3 episodes, forward and 5 episodes back.
Mhm. Whenever I was in Vegas, they had an interactive, like a 4D, um, Nightmare Before Christmas, movie showing where they made it snow in the theater. There was a whole light display. It was awesome.
See, I would like to experience something like that. I think that'd be super cool, even for a film that, like, I'm not that familiar with. It would I'm guessing, like, did you know that it was gonna snow or anything like that? Did they announce that, or was that kinda like a shocker?
We didn't find out about, this that movie until, like, the day we got to Vegas. We were just, like, looking up stuff to do because I'm horrible at planning stuff. I'm just like, "Let's go to Vegas, why not?" And we went for the entire week of Christmas last year because we didn't have the kids. All the family was off doing their own thing, like, every single family member around us was doing their own thing. And so we're like, "Well, what do we do?" And so we're like, let's go to Vegas. Why not?" So for our 5th year anniversary, that's what we did because that's where we got engaged was in Vegas.
Alright, so why don't we jump into a trailer for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We'll get a plot synopsis read off, and we will come back again with some numbers, our fun facts, and our favorites category on the film.
Let's do it.
To be jolly, fa la 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 la.
After vacationing across America and throughout Europe,
Take it, Russ.
this holiday season,
Fa la 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 la.
the Griswolds are going to play it safe.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
Oops. They're staying at home.
I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Hope you're not getting sap all over your sweater, Clark.
All Clark wants is a quiet, old-fashioned Christmas.
Sorry. Got a little knot here. You can work on that.
What he's going to get is the gift that keeps on living.
Merry Christmas.
His family.
We didn't come to impose.
Oh, hell, there's plenty of room.
Do you sleep with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is, Mom? Well, I'm sleeping with your father.
Have you got a kiss for me?
You better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got lip fungus they ain't identified yet.
But no holiday could ever be more deeply touching.
We were gonna call, but Eddie wanted to make it a surprise.
If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
We're really gonna fly down the hill with this stuff.
So genuinely moving.
I
refill your eggnog for you? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead?
More truly uplifting.
Can I show you something?
I was just browsing.
Or more down to earth.
Merry Christmas!
If Santa is smart, he'll stay well clear of this joint. It's a death trap.
Than Christmas with the Griswolds.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
They want you to say grace.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
This year, let Chevy Chase light up your holidays. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all.
You woo, crack up.
Chicago area resident Clark Griswold intends to have a great Christmas with his entire family. He drives his wife Ellen and children Audrey and Rusty out to the country to find a tree, ultimately choosing the largest one they can find. Realizing too late that they did not bring any tools to cut down the tree, they are forced to uproot it instead. Clark's holiday plans inadvertently cause steadily escalating chaos for the family's yuppie neighbors Todd and Margot Chester. When both Clark and Ellen's parents arrive for Christmas, their bickering quickly begins to annoy the family. However, Clark maintains a positive attitude and remains undeterred in his plans. He covers the house's entire exterior with thousands of lights, which temporarily causes a citywide power shortage once he gets them to work properly. Ellen's cousin Catherine and her redneck husband Eddie arrive unannounced with 2 of their younger children, 6-year-old Rocky and 7-year-old Ruby Sue, and their pet Rottweiler Snots. Clark and Ellen grow concerned when Rocky and Ruby Sue both express doubts in Santa Claus' existence, and Eddie later admits they are living in the RV in which they arrived, as he went broke and had to sell their home and land. Clark offers to buy gifts for Eddie's kids so they can still enjoy Christmas. On Christmas Eve, Clark's senile Aunt Bethany and cantankerous Uncle Lewis arrive to celebrate that night. Clark begins to wonder why his boss Frank Shirley has not given him his yearly bonus. He desperately needs it to cover the cost of a new swimming pool that he has overspent in advance so he can be ready for the following summer. After a disastrous Christmas Eve dinner due to the turkey being overcooked, Aunt Bethany's cat being electrocuted, and Uncle Lewis accidentally burning down the Christmas tree while lighting his cigar. Soon after, a courier delivers an envelope. Instead of the bonus Clark expects, it is a membership in the Jelly of the Month Club. Facing financial ruin, Clark snaps into a profanity-laden tirade and requests as a last-minute Christmas present that Frank be delivered to the house, wrapped as a present so he can personally insult him to his face. Clark next cuts down a tree on the Chester's yard as a final resort. However, when he sets it up, a squirrel living inside runs out and wreaks havoc throughout the house, with Snots chasing after it until Clark is able to let both out of the house. Family members start to leave, but Clark snaps at them to stay, obsessed of Christmas not being ruined even more. Clark's father talks privately with him, telling Clark that he understands his desperation to have a perfect Christmas, but that he should not ruin his relationships with his family in the process. Clark apologizes and gathers everyone to read them the night before Christmas. Having taken Clark's request literally, Eddie arrives with a kidnapped Frank. He admits to canceling the Christmas bonuses, but then reinstates them in the face of Clark's chastisement. Frank's wife Helen calls the police and a SWAT team storms the Griswold house, holding everyone at gunpoint. Frank decides not to press charges and explains the situation to his wife and the SWAT leader, both of whom scold him for canceling the bonuses until he reveals his change of heart. The family goes outside when Rocky and Ruby Sue believe they see Santa Claus in the distance. Clark tells them it is actually the Christmas star and that he finally realizes what the holiday means to him. Uncle Lewis says that the light is coming from a sewage treatment plant, which reminds Clark that Eddie has been dumping his RV sewage into the nearby storm drain. Before Clark can stop him, Uncle Lewis lights another cigar and tosses the match into the drain. This causes a giant gas explosion that sets a Santa's sleigh decoration afire and launches it into the sky. Aunt Bethany starts singing the Star-Spangled Banner, and everyone joins in as the flaming decoration flies into the distance. The entire family, along with the Shirleys and the SWAT team, go inside to celebrate while Clark and Ellen share a Christmas kiss. Clark is satisfied that he has provided a great Christmas for his family. All right, let me knock out some numbers here for you. So National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation had a $25 million budget, and it grossed $73.3 million, which in today's money would be a $65 million budget and would be about $189 million in the box office. So I mean, this film almost tripled its budget. I mean, it did pretty good. I mean, these films, I feel like they weren't received well right off the bat, but I feel like over time these have gained like the cult classic status for like the vacation films.
Mhm. And those are always fun, to find out about, like, the cult classics. They always do horrible in the theaters, and then whenever they come out to, DVD or VHS, then they become huge successes, and that's always interesting, for me to find out about.
Well, that was one of the things, like, with the one we did for Halloween a couple years ago for our bonus episode, Trick or Treat, like, that was not very well received, but it has become a beloved film for, like, fans of the holiday and of, like, Halloween horror films, so that's a big one, and, I mean, that's way different than this film, but just for, like, a comparison.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Ugh.
So this film is rated a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, has a 72% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, a 49% rating on Metacritic, and then 89% of our Google users liked this film. So our Google users, again, as always, are high. But I mean, for a comedy film, and for me, someone who wasn't very fond of this or anything like of these films as a young age, like, I would give this, like, a solid, like, high 70s, low 80s percentage-wise, like, it's grown on me quite a bit watching it over the last couple, like, years for during the holiday season and things like that.
Yeah, whenever I was younger, this movie had a solid B, in my ranking. Um, yeah, very high B, maybe a low A. And then now that I'm watching it, 15, almost 20 years later, it still has, probably a low B at this point, but still up there.
And that's one of the things, like, I'm not knocking this film whatsoever, and I just always grew up on the Santa Claus, the Grinch, and, when I was younger, I got into, like, the Rudolph and the oh, what was the other ones? Is there, like, a Charlie Brown one? Is that,
Yeah, yeah, the Christmas special.
yeah, Rudolph and the Charlie Brown Christmas special and
Hmm.
things like that, like, I never like, clearly, this probably isn't a film you show a little kid during the holidays, but, I shouldn't have been a little kid watching, like, Friday the 13th and things like that as well, so, I mean, but I didn't get introduced to this until probably, like I said, late teenage years, early 20s, at least this Christmas one, so, I've grown to appreciate it a lot.
Yes, yes. I mean, I've throughout the years, I still definitely appreciate it, and I'll be honest, I haven't watched this in probably about 2, maybe 3 years. So putting this on, because as you know, right now I'm going through a cold, and putting this on, I had a hot bowl of soup in front of me, and I just remember just giggling pretty much the whole way, and just bringing back that classic Christmas nostalgia as a kid, and I just absolutely loved it.
100%. And I mean, so if we want to move on and get into some favorites categories for you, since that is what you prefer over fun facts, and we'll say fun facts for last.
All right, all right, all right.
Since I'm making you do this with a cold, we'll give you a little one up. We'll go your way.
All right, okay. So what do you want to start off with? You want to start off with the track or
I didn't
score or what?
I didn't do a track for this one, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not there's not much to choose from
I
because
just did character, quote, and scene.
yeah, yeah, let's do character quote. Let's do that one. 'Cause this is a very quotable movie. It
So
really is.
start with quote on this one.
Yeah, yeah, let's start with quote on this one because this is a super quotable movie. Because I feel like we would go on a little rabbit hole I'm just quoting different things from here.
Alright, do you want me to lead on that, or would you like to take over?
You go ahead and lead on this one.
Oh boy, here we go. So my favorite quote came from Clark, and I'm honest, I'm gonna try to deliver this to the best of my abilities because this was awesome. So he's having a really rough time. It's just after he finds out he's not getting a Christmas bonus, and he goes, "Hey, if any of you are looking for any last minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, right now, here tonight. I want him brought right here from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people. I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. I want to look him straight in the eye and tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, floor flushing, low life, snake licking, dirt eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood sucking, dog kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat ass, bug eyed, stiff legged, spotty lipped, worm headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? And it was that I might have been rolling back and forth on the floor.
It's such a great line because he delivers it flawlessly, and then that, "Holy shit, where's the Tylenol?" Just I don't know why that puts the icy a little cherry on top, but it
It,
does, and it just I was in tears, laughing at that so damn hard.
I rewound it and I had to make sure that I heard every insult correctly. And I was just like, that is amazing.
I wonder how many takes that had to that he had to be done.
Yeah, they had to have some flashcards or something with that one because if he memorized that one, he deserved every bit of money he got.
Oh, even if he ad-libbed that part, that would've been so funny. Just the people that can kinda riff like that are in my minds, oh my goodness, they deserve a throne, you know?
Well, you knew the entire movie he was gonna crack, and it's like, okay, at what point is he gonna crack? And it was too perfect because, money is what we all work for and things like that. So you find out you're getting screwed on your Christmas bonus, and that's what sends you over the edge.
Mhm. Uh, my favorite quote of this whole movie is, right after Clark, he's envisioning his pool in the backyard, and then little Ruby Sue comes into the kitchen, and he's like, "What are you doing up?" And she goes, "Rocky bit my thumb. Him's nervous because Christmas is almost here." Clark goes, "Nervous or excited?" And Ruby goes, "Shitting bricks." She and he goes, "You shouldn't use that word." She goes, "Sorry, shitting rocks." I don't know why that tickled me so damn much. But I have laughed at that joke since I was a kid, and I still laugh at that joke. It's so damn funny.
That is a good one. So I didn't really pay attention to too many quotes after that. That one from Clark just like that one got me. That one set me over the edge and almost made me forget about everything else.
Oh, yeah, and pretty much any conversation between Clark and Eddie is super quotable.
There was a couple that I thought of where he comes out and he's like the neighbor's like, "Hey Griswold, where are you gonna put that tree?" And he goes, "Bend over and I'll show you." And the neighbor goes, "You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold." And he goes, "I wasn't talking to you." And you can just see like a bewildered look on the neighbor's face, like, "What?"
Like, when Clark goes, "Hey kids, I heard on the news that an airline pilot spotted Santa's sleigh on the way in from New York City." And then Eddie pauses, and then he looks over super serious and, "You serious, Clark?"
And another one that got me was they were talking about the little girl and her eyes being crossed, and he goes, "She falls down a well, eyes go cross. She gets kicked by a mule, they go back to normal."
Can't explain it. Uh, or,
The
when Clark goes, can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat?" drive you out in the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead?" And he's like, "No, I'm doing just fine, Clark."
There there was one scene when I think it's when he's in the mall, and he's just babbling to the girl working at the mall, and he kinda, like he catches himself, and he goes, "'Tis the season to be merry," and she goes, "Well, that's my name," and he goes, "No shit." There's definitely some parts in this film, like, I remember the first couple times I watched this, I wasn't a big fan, but on this most recent rewatch, like you said, I might have had a tear in my eye or so at a couple of these.
Oh, yeah, it's so great, and watching this movie for the first time in forever, hopped up on cold medicine is even better.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Ooh.
So was Clark Griswold both of our favorite characters then?
Oh, yeah, I think Clark Griswold definitely deserves that throne.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have to say that Clark, he was my favorite character. He was 'Cause everyone knows a family member like this who's gonna, they're getting ready to lose their shit per se around the holidays, and they're trying to keep it together. And I've been one of them before, where you're scrambling around, you're trying to finish wrapping presents, or you're trying to one year you might not have enough money for all the presents you wanna get, so you're pissed off or irritated, or, there's a combination of things. They always say that the holidays are the most stressful times, and they show it in this film in a comedic way through Clark, and, he's trying to do everything he can to keep his, spirits up, and everything he does, it just keeps kicking him down one way or another. And so, he was easily the favorite character with some of his line delivery, and he's he's by far the main character in the movie, in all these movies. So he's the one that in all of them that I gravitated to when I watch it. So of course it was
Yes,
Clark.
because I mean, that's he represents, like, the American man. Like, if we're, the American family man, you know, devoted husband, devoted, father, um, devoted family man. Uh, yeah, he had his eye a little bit on the pretty girl at the department store, but, um, we're just gonna ignore that part, right now, and we're just talk about his goodness. And then I just love throughout the movie, you could see him deteriorate, like, he's just that smile is holding him together, and then until it's not, and then that blow up is absolutely legendary.
So, of course, my favorite scene is gonna include him, and my favorite scene from the film was when he was trying to put up the Christmas lights, and he's on the ladder, and he's, like, trying to, like, staple them into the gutter, and he's stapling his own shirt, and the ladder's falling, and he's falling, and it's just like everyone's been in a situation, again, to where, you're trying to do something nice, and something goes wrong, and then another thing goes wrong, and it just keeps going downhill, and you're like, "God damn it, I'm trying to do this nice thing for my family or my friends or whoever it may be, and just nothing is going right." And it was just it's such there's many scenes in this where he just keeps continuously getting screwed over, but being on the ladder up in the air and, like, trying to do the lights and hanging on the gutter and everything, like, that just did it for me. I was chuckling the entire scene.
Scene, I really love it 'cause, like, the funniest part for me is whenever he's he stapled his own shirt, and then he's trying to push off, and he's trying to get free, and he pushes off, and he starts falling, and you're like, "Oh, here he goes to the ground," and then he hits the tree, and then he just pushes right back on, he's just like, "Oh, that was nice." He just kept going, and we've all been there, helping out somebody or doing something nice, and it turns into a fiasco. My sister, it reminds me of this one time, my sister, she had a stink in her car. No idea what was from. Like, it was just randomly one day there was an odor, and then it just got bad, and it was like that for, like, a month, and, uh, her she did nobody could figure it out. So, I decided, in all my infinite wisdom, that I was gonna tear apart her car to figure it out. And so, I ended up removing, like, the entire dash out of there. I was looking in the engine compartment. Next thing I know, I found a freaking, little, uh, like, a little rat trap, um, into one of her filters. And, yeah, a rat climbed up there and died on top of her air intake filter and just caused the whole car to smell. She had cans of Febreze in there, but it took me all day to find the damn thing. It was crazy.
No, thank you. I am very OCD about my vehicle being
Well,
clean, so no, that would I'd have threw the whole
yeah,
car
all that
away. No.
that I mean, she had cans of Febreze that she would go through. In, like, a month, I think she spent well over $100 in Febreze alone, and that was yeah, that was
God,
insane, and it was not a pretty sight, but we got it.
trying to do something nice for
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, definitely.
Alright, what was your favorite scene in, National Lampoon's Christmas
Oh,
Vacation?
I think it's a tie-up with just about any scene that involved Cousin Eddie, 'cause that man was just completely unhinged in the best of ways, and he's not the brightest, but he has a heart of gold, and he does what he can for his family, and, he's just all in all, just a great guy. Not again, not the brightest, but, um any scene that he was in, he crushed it. All the attention went to him. No matter what was said, he threw a little one-liner in there, and it always ended up being, like, one of my favorite parts of the scene. So I think yeah. "Merry Christmas, shitter was full."
That was one thing, about him, like, during the movie, like, something would go wrong, and he would try to, like, console or, like, have Clark's back, make him feel better, and he would say something so stupid that it would you could see it on Clark's face that it would make it worse, but he wouldn't let, like, Cousin Eddie know, like, it would irritate Clark
Yeah.
even more, but he just wouldn't let him know. He'd be like, "Well, thanks, Eddie."
It was great. Yeah, Cousin Eddie. Um, I know Clark was my favorite, but Cousin Eddie, he definitely any scene that he was in, um, he definitely, took it over.
Alright, so that is, we have those 3 for our favorites categories, character, quote, scene. Do you wanna do you want me to knock out a fun fact first, or do you got one you wanna spit out for us
You go
first?
ahead. I wanna see what you got.
Alright. So my first one is even before cameras could roll, original director Chris Columbus came to the realization that he just could not work with the notoriously difficult Chevy Chase after meeting him. So even though he desperately needed the job at the point in his career, Columbus decided to quit the project. And he was worried it would end his career, but then John Hughes brought him in to direct Home Alone from 1990, which became a massive hit a year later, earning over 6 times the amount of money National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation did with a budget of almost $10 million less.
Oh, that's gotta feel, amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
no
walking
kidding.
away from a project, I've left jobs because of, hard to work with people. You try everything you can to put up with it and deal with them, and whenever you leave, you're like, "Man, I shouldn't have let that guy get to me," you know? I shouldn't have let this one place, I could've dealt with it for a little bit longer, and then you start working at a different place, and it's so much better. It's an immediate sense of relief, and then whenever you see that you now in this environment thrive better, which leads to a better product, oh, yeah. That's great icing on the cake.
Well, to make 6 times more on $10 million less for a budget, and I have heard, like, from special features and, like, reading stuff that Chevy Chase is very difficult to work with. So, I mean, I haven't really read any, like, firsthand stories of it, but just I have heard that through watching, like, like, if it has to be his way, like, he wants to do it his
Mhm.
way or it's nothing, or he's had He's had confrontations with directors about the way certain scenes should go, so I have heard that rumor of him.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah, that definitely checks out. Okay, let me throw one at you. This one's a little bit of a twofer, but I combined it into one. The dog that plays Snot and the cat playing Aunt Bethany's cat is actually Beverly D'Angelo's real life cat and dog,
I mean,
right?
why not? Get your own animals in if you need animals and you already have them, why not get them into the movie with you?
And not only am I famous, but look at Spot over there.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
But go ahead and applaud that one for myself. Oh,
Just
little
a
clap.
slow clap. So the term Griswold house has become a part of American, Canadian, and Australian slang to describe a house that is overly decorated in a gaudy fashion to observe Christmas.
That's my neighbor up the street. In
That is
in fact, he overdoes like he has every year he does an amazing uh Halloween decoration. Like he sets up like whenever we first moved in, we had a bunch of Halloween inflatables, and so we did up, Halloween. Well, he would do us up even bigger, and he wouldn't take down all of the decorations. He would leave them up until Christmas and then put, like, Santa hats on them, and then turn it into, like, this kind of Halloween, uh, Christmas mix. And this year, it's actually a Christmas vacation whole setup, and it even says, like, right in his front yard, it says, "Merry Christmas, Shitter's full." Uh,
we got a couple people up here like that, but nothing to where it's, he's setting up like for the theme of a movie.
yeah. I love those houses, they're great. I plan on doing one, whenever I'm not so busy, and just sitting down with the sketch pad and maybe Google and, figuring out how much I would need to save up to do that.
Start planning right now for next
I'm thinking
Christmas.
2030. Let's see, okay. After unsuccessful attempts to enlist John Hughes, Chris Columbus, and George Roy Hill as directors for the movie, Chevy Chase proposed the idea of bringing back Harold Ramis, who had directed the original National Lampoon's Vacation. Ramis, obligated to co-write and co-star in Ghostbusters 2, unfortunately had to decline the offer to direct the sequel.
Uh, s- well, so I mean, did he choose the better option? I
That's a little harder to point, because Ghostbusters 2 is notorious for not being a lot of people's favorite, you know? Um,
and so many people love Christmas
but yeah.
Vacation.
So, I don't know. I would kinda choose to be in a Ghostbusters movie than to be in a Christmas movie, but that's just me.
I don't know. I kind of do want to meet Chevy Chase just to see if he really is a big asshole.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to my Ghostbusters.
All right, all right. My next one for you, I got the exterior house scenes were filmed in California, and the snow was achieved almost entirely through the use of artificial snow, made from a mixture of materials like shredded paper, foam, and sometimes even shaved ice, which was then blown onto the set using specialized snow machines. This allowed the filmmakers to create the illusion of a snowy Christmas scene despite the warm California weather. So I like, again, you're filming somewhere where it's you're not going to have this type of weather. So we're going to bring it to you. So I mean, they're making it a little bit harder on themselves.
Big time. Like, why not? I mean, at that point, it's almost cheaper to just build the exact same house just for exterior shots alone in Wisconsin. You know what? I advocate for more movies to be filmed in Wisconsin. Let's do it.
Well, on this Christmas morning, we don't have any snow that melted away, but give us a couple weeks, we'll have another foot or so.
Let's see. I think it was 80 degrees here last night for Christmas Eve. So yeah, there's no snow here either.
Yeah, and the whole time we came down there to visit, it only got up to, like,
Yeah.
50. Bastards.
Okay, let me see. I got a big one here. This was Randy Quaid's first appearance in the vacation film since series as Cousin Eddie since the original National Lampoon's Vacation. Initially, John Hughes did not intend to have Eddie or his family come back for the film. However, he discovered that the fans were disappointed that Eddie was not in European Vacation, and when that film did less well at the box office than his first film, Hughes said the absence of Eddie could have very well contributed to that. So Eddie was written back in as a result. However, Hughes said Eddie would not come back unless Randy Quaid agreed to reprise his role, as he felt nobody could replace Quaid. Fortunately, Quaid was happy to return.
And I like that too. I like Cousin Eddie. I think he's a very fun comedic relief, and just like you said, like a very honest way. He thinks he's saying the right things. He thinks he's doing the right things, but in reality, he's an idiot and he's screwing up. And Randy Quaid plays it
He
perfect.
does. Just um, the I hate to say it this way, but the Neanderthal with the heart of gold is kinda what I feel. It would best summarize that.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's it's probably not politically correct today, but it is it's a perfect way to
Yeah,
describe
I
him.
mean, he's still a great guy. In the movie, yeah, as you said, anytime there was hardships or, any kinda conversation, he was there having, having anybody's back. He was especially there for Clark, and, he did what he could for his family, he did what he could for Clark's family, he just very much heart of gold, great guy in these movies.
He would be the guy that, like, your house and garage would catch on fire, but your car would be parked in the driveway, not the garage, and he'd come up to you and be like, "Well, Adrian, at least you still
Yeah.
got your car."
Ah,
Alright, I got a good one for you I found
okay.
interesting. Chevy Chase was forced to turn down Honey, I Shrunk the Kids due to commitments with this film.
I saw that. That would have been I was trying to picture whenever I read that, I was trying to picture Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, um, with Chevy Chase. I was like, "I don't know, man. Rick Moranis, he crushed it." I don't know if, like
Yeah, I like Rick Moranis in those films, like Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Shrunk the Kids, so I think we got the right casting for
I
that
do
one.
too. Yeah, I don't think you could replace Rick Moranis in any of his roles because anything that he has done, he has absolutely crushed.
100% agree with you.
Okay, let's see. Uh, this was Chevy Chase's last hit film to not flop at the box office until the release of Man of the House 6 years later.
Now I'm curious how many movies he did in that
Oh
6-year
my
span
goodness, you know what?
that weren't that
I
were
got
flops.
IMDb right here. Let's find out. What year? There's European Vacation. What year did this one come out again? Okay, so this one came out in '89, and Man of the House. Okay, so there it is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things. Um, yeah, he was in 8 things between Christmas Vacation and Man of the House. Yeah.
Wow.
The Earth Day special, little thing. Paul Simon Proof, L.A. Story, Nothing But Trouble, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Hero, Last Action Hero, Cops and Robertsons. And that's it. But not all these things. Was he a major star in, or did he officially lead? So I guess this was there was. I don't really see anything here where he was um the big defining role.
I don't really have nothing to say about that one, I guess. I've only seen one of those movies you just named,
Last Action Hero.
so
Yep, that's the one.
yep, that's the one.
Yeah, I was naming them off. I was like, I don't know any of these. Okay, I know that one.
I don't Yep, I know that one. Alright, I got 3 more for you
All right.
here. So after failing to get the Christmas lights to work one last time, Clark Griswold takes his frustration out on the plastic decorations in the front yard. Chevy Chase actually broke his pinky finger while punching the Santa Claus, and he resorts to kicking and clubbing the decorations after that. And the film kept rolling, and that take was used in the finished
I
product.
love it. I love when that stuff happens. You know, I mean, it sucks, that, they get hurt, you know, especially in a non, actiony role. But when stuff like that happens and you catch it and you catch their genuine response, I think that leads to, better product.
100%. I mean, when he's acting like all irritated and stuff, a lot of people say, like, is it your pinky toe that you don't know if it's broken? So maybe your pinky finger is the same way. Like,
No, I've had people break their pinky fingers in front of me. It's, they know when that's broken.
well, he's a trooper for continuing through that.
Definitely. Like, Tom Cruise on one of his, I don't know, 20 Mission Impossible movies. Um, he leapt between buildings and he broke his ankle whenever he landed, on the other building, and it shows him, like, kinda scuttling up it and then hopping off screen, and that was in the final product, but yeah, he shattered his ankle.
I think I've heard that and seen that behind the scene, like, scene.
Um,
That was a that was a lot of
yeah.
scene.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, Clark put a $7,500 deposit down for his new pool in 1989. A pool of that size would have cost about $20,000. Adjusted for inflation, that's almost $100,000 in 2025 dollars.
Ay, ay,
That's
ay.
dude.
Take me
Right?
back. When I could still buy a penny candy for a
Oh,
penny.
yep, and we were born in the wrong era. Everything's too expensive now.
Yeah, let me be born in, like, the '50s and then live, into
My
modern
wife
day.
has said that, like, her music taste is, like, the '50s, and whenever she pulled, like, she pulled out a song that was made in the last, 20 years, blows me away every single time.
You look at her like, "Are
Yeah,
you
like,
okay?"
you know "Got It Up"? Uh, you're up.
Alright, so Beverly D'Angelo improvised grabbing Chevy Chase's crotch when the SWAT team holds up in the house. She later said she did it on only one take and on the off chance it would make it in the film's final cut, which is what happened.
When I saw that scene and she goes to shake his hand, she 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 moves the hand from the crotch to go shake the other guy's hand.
And then she moves
She
it right
puts it
back.
right back. Oh, oh, I laughed so damn hard at that point. 'Cause they all have guns pointed at him,
Such a
and she's protecting his crotch.
such a stupid little, like, thing, but when you notice it, it's hilarious.
And nothing like, Chevy didn't look down at it, and nobody made any fuss about it, like, they didn't mention it at all. It was just a subtle thing that unless I mean, you didn't have to pay attention hard. Yeah, you just had to look, and especially whenever she moved her hand, then, yeah, you definitely got an eyeful of of where that hand was and where it went. It's just yeah, it's that point you rewind it about 10 seconds, and you look at it like, "Son of a bitch, she did put it on his crotch." Uh, okay, I got 2 more. Juliette Lewis and, Johnny Galecki played brother and sister in this movie. They would later play a couple in The Connors in 2018.
I seen that, and I thought that was interesting. It's almost 30 years later, so you don't care if you're a couple down the road, but you get back on set together, and it's like, "Hey, how are you?"
Hey, remember when you were my sister?
Oh, but that makes me think of Joe Dirt.
Exactly.
"Oh, you're my
"You're my
sister."
sister."
Interesting morning so far.
Yeah, the coffee's kicked in.
Yeah. There's a scene where Clark Griswold is hanging onto the gutter after his ladder falls out from under him. A cutout of Griswold hanging onto the gutter can be bought online where one can actually hang the cutout onto a gutter. And in many cities, police had to go to houses when people called them thinking a real person was hanging onto the gutter.
This is great. This is so funny.
I need to give me a Clark Griswold
But yeah,
cutout.
yeah, that one, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and break out the old credit card and get that one. Um, that's hilarious. I've seen it before, and it always gives me a little chuckle, just like driving past, like, "Ha, look at that." Okay, my last one, uh, was the home movie that Clark watches in the attic labeled Christmas '59. Uh, uh, yeah, watches in the attic is labeled Christmas '59, which is also the name of the John Hughes short story that inspired this film.
I did see that, and again, I'm one of those people that I love those connections, so that's awesome in my mind that they paid homage and respects to that in a nice little subtle way.
And, let's talk about the stuck in the attic scene, 'cause that's such a great scene, um, and, I think the part where I laughed the hardest was whenever he wasn't standing on the beams, he was standing straight up on the roof or on the ceiling, on the sheetrock, and then he falls through, lands on the bunk bed, and it's a hole big enough for him to kinda weasel his way down, but he still stays in the attic.
He's like, "Well, shit." I liked when he's sitting on the door and they open it, and he just collapses right through.
It's such a meaning.
Like, "Why are you sitting on the door?"
Out of everywhere where he could have been sitting, he sits on the freaking door. Such a stupid movie. I love it so damn much. That's great.
So is that all you have
That's
for
all I
me?
got.
Alright. So why don't we trickle into some final thoughts and stuff here, and we'll get out of here.
All right, what you got?
So my final thoughts on this film are I have grown to truly appreciate and like this film a lot. When over the years, like it's one of these films that when I first watched it, I wasn't the biggest fan. Like I was the other vacation films. I liked those more, and this one has definitely grown on me the more I've watched it, and especially on this most recent rewatch, I made sure I put my phone down and I was like, all right, I'm gonna lock in, and I had a good time with this. I was laughing, I was chuckling at how stupid some of the things cousin Eddie said, or the things that were happening to Clark. And this is probably from here on out going to be one of those films that I watch come every December, leading up to the Christmas holidays. So I think this is an absolute watch for the holiday season, along with like the Grinch, Elf, the Santa Claus, like those four to me. If you have kids, or like Adrian said, he likes the Rudolph one, and like there's so many you could pick from, but I feel like this has become a staple in so many families' homes. Like it's going to be one in mine as well. So I on this most recent rewatch, I was pretty high on this
Yeah.
film.
And I was thinking, for about 99% of the movie, I was like, yeah, the kids should be in here watching this movie with me. And then we got to the pool scene. I'm like, yeah, let's keep them away just for this. That's gonna be one you're gonna just fast forward through a little bit. But me, oh yeah, I love this movie. As I said earlier, I loved this movie growing up. Uh, I loved it as a teenager. In my 20s, I still loved it, but for the past few years, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in so long. And just rewatching it brought back some good old Christmas nostalgia. And around this time of year, that's what you really want. As you want to feel cozy, you want to be in your home, and you just want to, relive some good old Christmas memories. and this movie definitely brought me back. So I love this movie. I think it's a great watch. Fast forward through the pool scene whenever you're around the kids, and yeah, it's definitely a good time.
But you gotta make sure you play the shit and
Yeah.
bricks scene when the kids are there so they can laugh too. But yeah, I mean, you wanna watch these movies around the holidays, you wanna get into that Christmas spirit, you know, and just enjoy it, you know, so you as you get older, you know, the Christmas spirit kinda fades a little bit, you know, and I feel like having kids definitely helps because you get to throw on the Christmas for them and everything. So the spirit is still there, but it's not the same as when you were a kid. So bringing back some nostalgia memories, like watching The Grinch and things like that, you know, put you a little bit more in the spirit. So I definitely have fun doing these bonus episodes for like Christmas and Halloween and getting a little more into the spirit of the
Of
season.
course, absolutely.
So do you want to plug because you did a Christmas episode on your other
Aha.
podcast?
Yes. Hey everybody. Again, please join me and my wife on the Make Me Believe podcast, where I try to convince her of all things creepy, scary, and paranormal. Um, because she does not believe, and I do, and which makes for a pretty decent dynamic. Um, and we just, as Connor just said, we just did our Christmas episode, and I gotta say, it got me, and it definitely pissed her off, and it's in a way that you just gotta listen to. It's completely hilarious.
I will be sure to check that out here soon. Everyone out there also give that a listen. So how about we get out of here and we'll go and enjoy and let everyone else enjoy their Christmas morning. So of course, Adrian, thank you for joining me because it was a stretch getting this one recorded, but we got her and here we
Mhm,
are.
yes, it was. Always a pleasure here, Connor.
So thank you. Thank anyone who's out there listening. You know, I hope everyone got everything they wanted under their Christmas tree, whether it be from parents, from girlfriend, boyfriend, the kids from Santa. But a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to everyone, and we appreciate you listening to us. But until next
See
time.
ya.
What are you doing up, sweetheart?
Rocky bit my thumb.
What?
Him's nervous because Christmas is almost here.
Nervous or excited?
Shitting bricks.
You shouldn't use that word.
Sorry. Shitting rocks.
It's that time. Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Hear that sleigh. Santa's on his way. Hip hip hooray for Christmas vacation. Got a ton of stuff to celebrate. Now it's getting closer, I can't wait. Gonna make this holiday as perfect as can be. Just wait and see this Christmas vacation. This old house sure is looking good. Got ourselves the finest snowman in the neighborhood. Ain't it fun? Always on the run. That's how it's done on Christmas vacation. Let's go let the halls and light the lights. Get a toasty fire burning bright. Give St. Nick the warmest welcome that he's ever had. We're so glad it's Christmas vacation. And when the nights are peaceful and serene, we can cuddle up and do our